Hello and welcome to this quick video where I'm just going to go through a couple of bits I picked up at the Great Electric Train Show at Milton Keynes this weekend, including a £10 locomotive, a brand new loco that I managed to pick up for £10. Before we go any further, I'd like to give a special shout out to Joseph, one of my subscribers, with his dad who I met at the show, and all the other people that subscribe to the channel who came up and said hello to me and James. I really do appreciate it. It's nice to meet you all, and obviously you get to put faces to names and voices that you hear on this channel, so it was really nice to meet you. Thanks for coming up and saying hello. So we'll have a look at this loco. I bought this for my daughter to play with, and it was £10 off the Hornby Railway stand, and it is this, brand new for £10. It is the Collectors Club loco from last year. Now, many people may scoff and say, well, that's just a toy, but that's exactly the point. A working loco for £10 is, in my opinion, excellent. They want people to get into the hobby, and this is the ideal way to get in. So let's just remove it from its box, and it is the 040 tank engine in Hornby Railways 50th livery on one side and Triang Railway's 70th livery on the other. 22 there being the year it was made. Brand new, obviously ex stock that they didn't get rid of, but for £10 can you complain? I don't think you can. And for people wanting to get youngsters into the hobby, this is ideal. You also get a little bag of vacuum pipes to fit, although interestingly there's no hole in the buffer beam to fit them. So that is a nice touch, a little bit of detail there. You also obviously get the generic maintenance instructions. This model is based on a real prototype. If I remember, I will put a photograph in the corner of the actual loco. But yeah, so £10 for my daughter. She's 6. She's not bothered about DCC. She's not bothered about finicky details like sprung buffers or handrails. She just likes playing trains, and this is ideal. There's not many places you can go now, anywhere, other than maybe the Hornby Railways roadshow stand, where you can pick up stuff like this. £10. You can't even get a decent meal out for that. And obviously, it's going to run fine because, like I said, it's brand new. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it up on a couple of saddles just to show you guys, if you've not experienced these before, what they run like. So now it's all set up, let's give it a run. They're not... slow speed's not too bad. Remember, this hasn't been running. This is actually the first time it's had any power whatsoever. And obviously it goes up to rocket speed, which is good because that's what kids like. Whether you're a purist or not, kids like fast trains, being able to bash and crash them. And for £10, this sturdy engine is not going to do any damage to itself, but it will haul a relatively long train, and it seems to be running relatively well. Oops. It has a good turn of top speed in both directions, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that for £10. £10 budget, bargain budget model to get people into the hobby. I mean, you could have even bought 2 or 3 and just unclipped the body and painted them. I should have done that actually as a video, really. Bought one and didn't detailed it up. But £10, that is excellent for beginners, children, or just to add a quirky little shunter to your fleet. For £10 from the Hornby Roadshow stand, you really can't go wrong. The other couple of locos I bought, I will only show you the locos. I bought a fair few books, as I normally do. Off the Beaten Track, I bought that. That's volume 3. If you're into your 1970s, 80s diesels, they are fantastic books. The other thing I managed to pick up was an Ivat Class 2 MT tender loco. I've been after one of these for the preserved line for a long time. This is in weathered BR green. I did initially think it was Blossom from Old Dr. Beechin, but that was 46521. So I am going to renumber this as that loco. That's a relatively straightforward thing to do. And as a bonus, it says on the box this is actually DCC fitted, so that'll save me a job. I'm just putting it on here now, and I've not tried these since I got home, so let's hope it's yeah, that is DCC fitted. That is a typical sign that it's DCC. The DCC decoder is obviously not that compatible with DC. Oops. But yeah, an Ive 2MT. I paid under £100 for that. I think it was about 80 quid. I wanted one of these for the preserve line. They are nice looking engines, workmanlike, and the coal load comes off, so I'm going to put real coal in the tender when I renumber it to the loco that featured in Old Dr. Beechin. I actually saw that being filmed once. I was on the Severn Valley with my granddad, and they had it all set up highly. I didn't see any of the stars of the series, but they had it all set up as it was in the show. There's also a crew fitted to this. The driver's actually fallen out, the glue bond's come unstuck, but it was boxed, and there's a detail pack in the box there, so it's not too bad, I didn't think, as for an engine that I've been after for a while. And then the second loco I bought was a Hornby K1 class loco. Now, this did have a sticker on it. There's a couple of faults with this, but I don't think it's faulty enough to feature on Trash to Track. So what I'm going to do, just move the camera up slightly. We will unbox it and see. There's so there's the note that was on the side. So, glue marks on underside of cylinders, front steps, front buffer beam. Real coal has been added. One cab window is sun bleached. So let's put that there so that I can have a look at this. Now, I like these locos, and until somebody actually brings out a Great Marquis loco, which I think is a K2 maybe, somebody will put that in the comments, I'm not sure. This is the nearest thing. Now, I well remember the Great Marquis coming to the Nene Valley Railway when it was LNR green again. Grandad took me down to see that, and we saw that quite a lot. It's a very nice looking engine. So the detail pack is, it's been opened, but there seems to be a lot still in there. There's a coupling pipes and guard irons, so I'll keep those safe. It's obviously been used and has been glued according to the note. So what did the note say? So we'll put glue marks on underside of cylinders, front steps and front buffer beam. So I can't separate the loco from the tender, but it's had there are a few small glue marks where they've put the cylinder drain cocks on. They've been bent out of shape. The wheels look like they could do with a clean. There's glue mark around there. Said the front buffer beam, where the vac pipe should be. The lamp irons are bent, but they're easily straightened. That running plate does not look straight either, but one of the cab windows was sun bleached. Well, unless they mean that one, which has gone a bit cloudy, I would not have noticed that had that not been pointed out to me. The real coal is falling out everywhere. 2 or 3 pieces have just fallen out, but overall that's not a bad looking engine. Now, they had it up for 65 quid, and I took it out of the box and had a look at it and spoke to the guy. I think this was some Ellis Clark trains. I can't remember who I bought that one off. I honestly don't remember the name of the trader, but this was some Ellis Clark, and I got it for £50, which I didn't think was too bad. Because it's not looking too bad. I mean, the glue marks, I mean, the tender is pretty much spot on. There's no marks on it at all. The glue marks on the front are easily touched in with a bit of matte black paint. And it should go around corners with those pipes fitted. And again, this was bought for the preserved line. They did assure me that all their locos are tested before they sell them. But this isn't. I have not tested this, so let's see if this works. It will do if I change the controller. I was a bit worried there. I won't turn the controller on. Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. that seems to be running relatively nicely. In fact, to tell you what, I might put the saddles on and give that a running in, because I want to see that running properly. I don't think this has got a chip in it. Now, the guy I spoke to on the stand wasn't sure, hadn't had time to take it apart, he said. So I'm not sure if there's a chip in this, but we'll have to have a look. These saddles I use, these are backrest saddles. There is one missing, I should have 6. But I got these in a lot that I bought a lot of old modelling tools off a guy that had passed away. And to be honest, I don't know what I'd do without them. They are extremely good. If you can get a set, I highly recommend these as a sort of mobile rolling road. And look at that, that wasn't set up too bad, was it? Right, now that's sitting on the saddles, let's give it some power. Well, it's a very nice and quiet runner. That's hardly making a sound. That is actually a beautiful runner. Just turn the speed, just low speed light. I am using a relatively basic controller, so it's not going to be brilliant. But again, this is for the preserve line. I might even put some overhead flashes on it and run it on the main line. It is my railway after all. But yeah, that's an LNER K1 class loco, built for the Scottish Highlands, but I do like these locos. They are workmanlike. They're a bit like the B1s, but just a little bit smaller. And obviously, yeah, anything LNER, being an eastern region, being grown up on the eastern region, I do like the LNER stuff as well as the southern. Yeah, that's running nice. For 50 quid, that isn't too bad at all, is it? Let's be honest. I mean, I've got 2 locos there for less than £150. 150 if you count that brand new one, which some people won't, but I will. That's not too bad at all. That isn't bad. I'm really happy with that haul. I did buy a couple of other little bits, a couple of wagons. I bought an open coal wagon for the preserve line, and like I said, a few books. If anybody's interested in the books, let me know. I can do a book review. I mean, I've got a fair few railway books that I'll have to obviously stretch over a few videos. But for modelers of the 1980s, there's a Speed Link book out. That's very good. The Off the Beaten Track book I bought as well, and there's also a scrap book. Colin Garrett's scrapbook, I believe it's called, made by the Transport Treasury, and that is a really good book. Images of Vic Berries and Snarwell Scrapyard. That's a very interesting book. I started reading that. But yeah, these 3 locos, that's what I managed to pick up from the Great Electric Train Show. Now, I didn't do much filming at all. I wanted to go to the show and have a look around and basically have a look and enjoy it. If I'm behind the phone filming all the time, I tend to miss stuff. So there's plenty of other videos about it on YouTube, so I just went round with James and we had a look at most of the stuff. The pictures and filming I did do, I'll add on to the end of the video. We did get to see some of the new stuff. The Cavalex 56 looks absolutely amazing. The Accurascale 89 was just phenomenal. I've got an 89 that I built myself. I wasn't going to get an Accurascale one, but now I've seen that, I may have to, I might have to trade some bits in to get some money for that, because that did look very, very nice. Like I said, the traders and all that, everybody's very friendly. It was very busy, but it was very good. Pete Waterman's layout was 152 foot long. That was phenomenal. That was like being on the line side. If you haven't been to the Great Electric Train Show, I'd recommend going. I'd never been before this year. It was very, very good. Plenty of traders. And oh, the other thing I did pick up, I managed to get some more deck chairs for the beach scene, but that will feature in the layout update video that I hope to get out soon. So thanks again for watching. I'll leave you with some pictures of the Great Electric Train Show. Like I said earlier, shout out to all the subscribers that came up to us and said hello, especially little Joseph. It was nice meeting and talking to you, chap, and hopefully we'll all meet again in the future. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you again in the next video.